Alright guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Today we're just going to continue to highlight the CPT book. Okay, last week we were on the musculoskeletal system, so I'm just going to go back to that and just kind of review how I do this. Okay, now there's no right or wrong way. Alright, this is just the way that I highlight my books, the way that I find it the easiest for me. Now, if there's a way that you find easier, definitely do that. Okay, this definitely isn't the only way. All right, so I'm on page 127. Okay, and I have the 2024 book. Okay, if you have the 2023, I'm not sure what page it is. All right, but I'm just in the beginning of the musculoskeletal system. And what I did last week is I just highlighted just the keywords, like in the beginning of the chapter, they give, instructions and definitions. I highlighted those. And then the way that I do it is I highlight the first couple of words of each code. Well, of each main code, I should say. First couple of words of each main code. And then I bracket the codes together that go together. Okay, so what I mean is if the code's indented, okay, I bracket it with the code above it. All right. And I also circle where it gives instructions like do not, okay, or if it gives, more instructions in parentheses, I circle those. Okay, so that's just the way I do it. Okay. And we are on we're in the middle. Okay, we left off on page 147. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight the first couple of words. First couple of words of the main codes. All right. Then I go back and I group the codes together that go together, like in brackets. Okay, remember if you see a code with a plus sign, okay, that means it's an add-on code that can't be coded by itself. Okay, and then I go back and circle whatever notes are in parentheses. Like in this example, it says do not report 22206 in conjunction with 22207. Okay, now these directions are important for, when you're coding in real life, but also for the CPC exam. Okay, remember there are 100 questions in 4 hours. Okay, that was a question I got on one of my videos today. There's 100 questions in 4 hours that you have to do for the CPC exam. Okay, now we're on the fracture and or dislocation codes. You could highlight the directions here too if you want. And just make sure you read them and understand them if you don't highlight them. Okay, it talks about modifiers in here for this one. Okay, now I'm on page 148. Okay, these are, like I said, fracture codes. Make sure you know what these terms mean. Like I'm on 22315, it says closed treatment. 22318 is open treatment, so make sure you know the differences between that. Okay, again, 22328 is an add-on code. You can't code that by itself. And I'm just going back and circling the notes in parentheses where it tells you what codes you can't code together. Okay. All right. Okay, sometimes the parentheses, this one's, it's saying it's not a do not, it's a use code together. It says use 22328 in conjunction with 22325 to 22327. All right, so I just circle all of those. Okay, again, you can highlight the beginnings of each paragraph here to give you, it gives you directions. Okay, it tells you what codes are inclusive with other codes right here. I'm on page 148. Now again, if you guys have questions, I can't really see them right now because of how my phone is set up, but if you want to email me, if you have a question, and I will get back to you. My email is lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com. So if you post questions, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you guys. It's hard for me to see them right now. All right. All right, I'm on page 149. Again, just highlighting the first couple of words of the main codes. Okay, then I group the codes, I bracket them together if they go together. Okay, there's a couple of add-on codes on this page, 22527, 22515, and 22512. Just remember you can't code that by itself. Okay, then I circle any directions that are in parentheses. So remember, you don't have to memorize anything. Okay, sometimes people ask me if they have to memorize anything for the exam, and you don't. Okay, there's no way you could memorize even if you wanted to. Okay, there's just too much information. Okay, just highlighting the beginning because it just gives some instructions here. Okay, now I'm on page 150. Okay, these codes are all arthrodesis codes. Okay, again, just highlight the first few words and then I bracket the codes together. Okay, this just helps you see the codes quicker. So anything you can do to save time, when you're taking the exam. Okay, because I really feel like the exam just tests, it doesn't really test how well you can code. I mean, I feel like it tests your basic understanding of coding, but really you need test-taking techniques to pass the exam, because in real life you don't code as fast as you would on the exam, and then plus in real life it's obviously not multiple choice. All right, so it's just different. It's a different mindset you have to have for the exam than you would in real life. Okay, I'm on page 151 now. Okay, again, there's some definitions here. Okay, I would highlight those, or you can write notes in your book too. If you want to go to a blank page, you could write notes if that's easier. Okay, but you definitely need to know where things are in the book and where to find things. Okay, that was page 151. Okay, if you want the book tabs, okay, I make and sell these. You can buy them in my TikTok shop. Or if you want to make them yourself, that's good too. But I recommend to my students that they put tabs on their books. I just think it really helps It helps them to, learn the book, learn the layout of the book, and it just helps you code faster. Okay, again, some more definitions. I'm on page 152. Okay, I just group the codes together, and then I circle what's in parentheses. Okay, now I'm on page 153. Okay, again, just highlighting the first couple of words. Then grouping the codes together, and then circle what's in parentheses. Now, if you're someone who's taking a coding class, you could do this like as you are working through, what the same like while you're learning this chapter CPT in your class, you could take time to do this. Or if you are finished your class, you could do this after, while you're getting ready for the exam. I recommend to my students that they take 1 to 2 months to prepare for the exam after the class. Okay, but again, that's up to you, but I think that gives enough time just to review everything, to learn test-taking techniques, and to prepare your books. Now, if you're taking the exam in 2024, you can use 2024 books or 2023 books, okay? AAPC will let you use 1 year back for the books. Okay, I am on page 155. Again, there's directions here. Okay, this is spine deformities. Okay, make sure you understand all of this. You can highlight. Okay, again, underline or highlight the first couple of words of each main code. If you're someone who's looking for practice questions and test-taking techniques, I do have like a mini workshop available on my website. Okay, the link to that is in my bio. It's called Exam Strategy Workshop. And it goes over the process of elimination for the CPC exam. So learning the process of elimination combined with highlighting your book, I think is really, really important and will help you pass the exam. Like, people reach out to me all the time saying that they feel really bad because, they failed. And it's actually kind of common to fail the first time because the test is, it's difficult. All right, so anything you can do to help prepare, will benefit you. Okay, oh, and these red codes here, that it says code is out of numerical sequence, and then it tells you where the code is in the book. So there's a lot of codes in the book that are out of order. It's kind of annoying. I don't know why they do that with the book, but it's just how it is. All right, I am on page 156 now. Okay, again, a lot of instructions on this page. All right, it talks about modifiers here. Again, if you don't know where the modifiers are, they are in 2 spots in the book. You can turn to the back of the front cover of the book. Okay, so this is the front cover. Right on the back, it has a list of the different modifiers. Okay, it also has some of the Hicks-Picks modifiers. All right, not all of them, but it does have a decent amount of them. Okay, and it gives a short description. Okay, so right in the back of the front cover, And then the full description of the modifiers is in the back of the book, Appendix A. So you go to the back of the book, and it is page 967, and it shows all the different modifiers and the full description. Okay, again, nothing you need to memorize, but you do need to know where these are. Okay, because a lot of the questions will have, modifiers on them, so you have to know what they mean. Okay. So that's where you find the modifiers in the front of the book, on the back cover, and also in the back in Appendix A. Okay, I am on page 157. Okay, a lot of directions, notes in parentheses for these codes. All right, so you just I circle them, but, if you want to put a star or whatever you want to do to help you see these is fine. Okay. Now I'm going to page 158. Okay, just highlighting the first few words. Okay, again, the plus sign means it's an add-on code. Okay. Now on the bottom of the pages, on each page, it gives a little key, like it has like little symbols of what the different, if you see this next to a code, it tells you what it means. Okay. I'm on page 159. Okay, so again, here's some codes that are out of sequence. Remember, the plus sign means it's an add-on code. Okay, and then I just go back and circle what's in parentheses. And then I group the codes together. I put them in brackets if they go together. So, I mean, this is pretty easy, but it does take time to do. If you wanted to do your, the entire book, it does take time. Okay, some people use different colors and they color code the whole book. I mean, that's up to you if you want to do something like that. Okay, you really just have to find whatever way works best for you. Okay, again, the tabs can be found in my TikTok shop. All right, they're double-sided. Okay, so it helps you code faster. Okay, I am on page 160. Okay, now these codes, I should have mentioned, they're grouped on by body area. Okay, so see where it says abdomen, all the codes underneath that are for the abdomen. The next section in red, it says shoulder, all the codes beneath that are on the shoulder. So if you highlight your book like this, you'll start to see patterns too, like all throughout the book, just the way the book is organized. Okay, and I think that helps with understanding CPT and just learning it. Okay, again, remember you don't have to memorize anything, but it does take time, and sometimes the book can be a little confusing. Okay, but once you're out there in the real world, you'll have other tools to help you. Okay, your job probably will have, an encoder, or there's also electronic versions of the book. Okay, but for the exam, for right now, you can't use an electronic version of the book. Someone asked me that the other day. Okay, it has to be, for right now at least, the regular, the books. I don't know if that's something AAPC will change down the line, but for right now, there's no way around using the actual books. Okay, again, just grouping codes together. And then circling what's in parentheses. Okay. Now I'm on page 161, and these are excision codes. Okay. Again, some codes are out of order. 23071 and 23073 is out of order, and then it tells you where you'd find those codes. So I'm just highlighting the first couple of words of each main code. Okay, sometimes you see keywords, like if you want to go back and underline them more, it's like these codes. I'm looking at 73180, you see the word partial. 73182 is partial, so you could underline that if you want to see, just so you see that better. Okay, that's a keyword that you'll see in some codes in the book. All right. Then just go back and you group the codes together. Again, right here, 231120 partial, and then 23125 is total. Okay, so that's the difference between those codes. Okay, circling what's in parentheses. Okay, like I was saying earlier, there's no right or wrong way. This is just how I've been highlighting my books forever. Even going back to when I was, learning coding a million years ago. Okay, this is how I actually highlighted my books back then. Okay. Now I'm on page 162. All right, again, just highlighting the first couple of words. Okay, then grouping the codes together and then circling what's in parentheses. Okay, now for this code, there's a lot of directions, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, the next section is repair, revision, and/or reconstruction. Okay, if any of you guys out there are looking to take a coding course, okay, my next course starts in August, and there's only a couple more days left if you want to sign up for that. Okay, then after that, my next class, I'll probably do one in September, but then that's going to be it until like January, just because I'll have to update everything and my website and everything. So it's going to be August and then September. and then probably January. Okay, the link to my classes are in my bio. Okay, again, just grouping the codes together that go together and then circling what's in parentheses. Okay, I am on page 163 now. Okay, sometimes the book, it has coding tips. Okay, so make sure you look at those. Okay, again, now we're seeing some of the same words again. Closed treatment, open treatment. Okay, these are all fracture codes. Okay, and there's a lot of codes in this section of CPT. I think this is the biggest section of the whole CPT book. So again, nothing you have to memorize, but you do have to be familiar with how to find the codes in the book and just the differences between the codes. Okay, and highlighting the codes will help you see the differences. Okay, so all of these start with either closed treatment or open treatment. Okay, then I just group the codes together. I bracket them if they go together. Okay, if the code is indented, it goes with the code above it. Okay, so make sure you know how to read the full description of the CPT code. Okay, there's only a couple minutes left. Okay, again, if you asked a question and I missed it, I apologize because I can't see it. You could email me at lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com. It's lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I did get a couple of questions that I said I would answer. Just want to do those real quick. Okay, so someone asked me in one of my videos, do you need any prerequisites for my coding course? And the answer to that is no. Okay, you do not need to take medical terminology. You will learn that as you go through the course. Okay, again, just highlighting the first couple of words. Another question I got, and actually I got a couple of questions on this. A lot of people have been asking me if they are in nursing, can they switch to coding? And the answer to that is yes. Okay, there's a lot of nurses that switch over to coding and they come into it with an advantage because they already know terminology, you know, they already have experience working with medical records. So nurses make really good coders. So if you're a nurse out there and you're thinking about switching to coding, it's definitely good. And nurse coders, they make really good money too. So yes, if you're a nurse and you're thinking of switching to coding, you know, I definitely recommend you look into it. Okay, again, just grouping the codes together. Okay, again, some codes are out of order in the book. Okay, again, this just makes everything easier to see. And then just circling what's in parentheses, that just gives you directions. Okay. All right, so 24071, 24073, those are out of order. All right, that was page 164. Okay, and I think we're going to stop there for tonight, guys. But thanks again for joining me. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com. And my next live will be Monday, again at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, thanks again for joining. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.